Hi, good morning. Welcome to subramani.com. Please click on the bell icon and please give me a feedback about the slightly longer videos that I'm making now, and if you don't like it, I'll make it shorter. So I call this creating a fortune. Now, this is a very old incident. About 14 years ago, sometime in 2006, one friend of mine called me and said, look, calls me and says, look, I have this friend of mine and she wants you to have a look at her father's portfolio. She's having some trouble understanding it. She had an Excel sheet and she had a lot of paper, and she had some Demat account, and she couldn't even, she had some lots of stuff lying around, and I said, okay, I'll have a look. And she said, can you send somebody? So we sent somebody and made an Excel sheet and put it into a portfolio and all that. And she did not know where some of the dividend warrants were, and that is quite natural for a portfolio which is not well maintained. So then I probed and I found out that it was her father's portfolio, which I could see from the name also. And she had no clue how much it was worth, and she only knew he bought and sold the shares and he had a lot of money, in the sense that because he never asked her for money. Her mother had died long ago, and so she said this is it, and her father had died some time ago and she wanted just the whole thing cleaned up. Father had lived a nice full life, and she knew that he made some fixed deposits and he had some equity. No clue how much. She was like academic, and her husband was also academic, so they had some money. They were doing reasonably well. Their daughter was doing well academically, and they had money. It's not that they needed any of the father's wealth, but she was the only daughter, and so she had to take care of the portfolio. So the portfolio came to me, and it was the usual stuff of the portfolio built during the 70s and 80s. The same Glaxo, HUL, lot of good shares, Century, Nirlon, Reliance, HDFC Bank. Somewhere in the 1990s also he had invested in HDFC Bank, and the portfolio showed some kind of a neglect because from 2001, 2002 nothing had really happened. The dividends were regularly deposited, but not very great. But when we made an valuation, we came to some nice number, and the meeting went like this. Hi, do you know how much money your dad has? She said no, but he never asked me for money, so I think he had enough. So I said, can you define enough? So she had no clue. So she said she was there with her husband, and the husband said, would it be 20 lakhs? And I said, no, you're underestimating your dad. The good news is he had more money than that. The bad news is he had taxable income, but he's never filed a taxable return. But luckily dividends were tax-free, and largely his amounts were dividends. So to that extent, yes, it was okay. But he still had bank interest on which he was giving his regular forms, and he was not paying tax, but yes. So they said, I said, no, it's more than 20 lakhs. I think he has 20 lakhs in bank deposits, so he actually has more than that. So he said, how much? And so I said, take a guess, and they couldn't guess, and suddenly I gave them the figure. It was 1.7 crores. And believe you, today that untouched portfolio is approximately 4 crores, right? Untouched, because the daughter never needed the money. So it's up to the granddaughter to do whatever she wants. It is in Demat form. And I thought the lessons were very simple. This man was not some great investor, but he had friends who had asked him to buy some shares, so he kept buying. He never needed to sell it. His wife died, so he was living alone. He was frugal in the sense that was his lifestyle. So, and some of the shares that he bought were absolutely worth it, like a Hindustan Lever or an HDFC Limited or an HDFC Bank, which actually came to him as a rights. Right? It was not. It was an offer which came because he was a shareholder of HDFC Limited. He got shares of HDFC Bank. So no great skill, but yeah, he had those shares. So largely untouched portfolio over 30 years. Because when I saw it, it was 2006. and now it is 2014. So over the last 3 years, from 1.7 crores, it has become about 4 crores, which is not a bad sum at all. And this again came from the fact that the daughter or the granddaughter is just now turned 30, so she must have been about 16 when the grandfather had died. So they came to me and said, this is the portfolio which we got transferred in my name, but I never touched it, and what should I do? So I said, well, more appropriate for you to be in mutual funds, because if you don't pay attention, going forward you might have more regret. So then they found an advisor, and now they've started doing something. But I think creating wealth over long periods of time is not very difficult. It is a function of N, the power to stay quiet and sit tight over long periods of time, and picking up decent shares or picking up decent mutual funds, letting the compounding create your wealth rather than jumping up and down and saying, should I buy this, should I sell that, and that kind of thing. So creating a fortune can happen for you also. However, it's a function of time. So it's always great if a father or grandfather had invested, but if they hadn't invested, you need to make a start today, now. Thank you. Welcome to subramani.com. Please press the bell icon. Please keep coming back for more. Tell me what you like. I can keep improving and giving